Hi guys and welcome back to Christian Cast where I build baits so you don't have to. Today we're gonna redeem ourselves on one of the first baits I've ever done. It's still a very old model and we're gonna try and redo a foiled bait. So I've been working with these, and if you want to see how the bait turns out and what I did, I'll straight away set you guys up to the desk. I changed a little bit of the process because I wasn't too happy. I couldn't really paint over the foil itself, so I had to do a little bit of a variation on this build and just see that it works a little bit better. And we're gonna go ahead and paint one of our lipless crankbaits, and I'll set you guys up straight away to the desk and I'll go into detail what I did for preparation, and then we'll start on painting. So see you soon. So welcome back to the desk. As you see, I actually prepared two baits because I want to do one this week, one next week. And we used this foil. And the thing is, through the plastic or metallic surface, you've always got problems with airbrushing because the paint doesn't hold as well or as on a plastic surface that has been roughed up a bit. So I decided to go over it with a UV coat, and I spared you the time. So I covered the bait, did a first clear coat, very thin, and as you see, I roughed up the surfaces that the paint actually holds better. And as soon as you go over with some water or liquid, we get back to the shiny surface that we actually are working with. So as soon as we actually apply the UV coat to this bait, we'll go to the original um, surface of the foil itself. So I just drafted up that the paint has got a chance to stick onto it. We are going to work with some stencils today, and I'm going to try and do something in the direction of a mackerel or something like that. We're going to be trying to be very light on the scale surface because if you see, this was one of the first baits of mine. One sees the scale difference if one looks. They are the scales, but they cover up a lot of the silver and the actual foil. So we're going to be very light on the scales itself today, but we'll go ahead. I'll prepare one and get you guys back once I start airbrushing, because we're going to do a first base coat, not of the entire bait, with white, and then work on with some details. So see you soon, and I hope that this one is going to be a little bit better than the first one. And we'll see at the end what we're working with. So we are back, and we are gonna go ahead and just do a very light coat like that. So as you see, I'm not that happy with the foil on this bait itself, because the foil itself ripped, and the second version of it went a lot better. So next week's video, I'm hoping to get a lot clearer and cleaner bait than this week's, but we're still going to try and just see what we are able to create with this process, or if I have to change anything along the way. So we're gonna go over the belly. It seems like I'm just gonna ground the bait completely. And then we're gonna go over the belly and just rub off the color because I'm not too happy with the sticker itself this time. And once this is dried, I'll get you guys back for that process, and we'll see if we're able to get something that we can work with, or if we are going to look into a other bait. So we are back, and as you see, we went heavy on the side with the white. So we're just gonna go ahead and wipe it off as good as we can towards the tail to create our silver optic, and just keep the edges. So as you see, it's coming out. It's not going to be perfect, but that's going to be about the region where we want the shine to come through. So I don't know if you see, that's going to be what we're working with. I'll do it on the other side as well still. So as you see, that's going to be what we're working with. We're going to now go ahead and take some yellow and just go over the belly itself and create a yellow optic. Just like that. So we'll be keeping it about like that. I'll still go over the sides a bit to create a belly, but otherwise we're going to be quite happy with that. For the first stage, we'll let that dry. We're gonna go over the top still separately and do a little bit of blue before going over with the black stencil, and then we'll see how it looks under the clear coat and what we have to change in the future. So the next color is gonna be some blue green, and we're gonna go over the top just like that, and also along the edges. About like that. And then the next step is going to be darkening the top with some metallic blue still before adding the black stencil. Or actually I'll add the black stencil beforehand and then clean up the rough edges with the metallic blue. So the next step is adding some black with our stencil, and we'll go ahead and place it right like this, and just go ahead like that. So that's going to be the first side, and we'll now go ahead and go over to the other side and paint it, and then I'll get you guys back once I darken the top with some metallic blue to darken down everything and clean up any overspray. We added our metallic blue, and we're going to go over the spine of our bait and darken it down. Completely. So that is what we're working with. Not too happy the bait is not as clean as it usually is through the sticker. Yeah, if you've got any tips towards how to foil your baits the best way, I'm really happy to hear from you guys because I'm really struggling. It was by the first bait. I'm not even too sure if we'll see it too much out of the pattern today because there's not that much free space where it can come out. But we'll see as soon as we add the clear coat how it actually looks. I prepared everything for the scale pattern and we put in a metallic medium, and we're just gonna go ahead and be very light on the scales today. We're gonna be light because we actually would like the sticker itself to come through. So we're just gonna try and be very gentle with applying anything that might cover it up. So that's gonna be the scale pattern for today. And then we'll see what we're working with. As soon as it's dried, I'll unpack it, and then we'll see if it actually works as I would like it to, or if we will have to change something for the bait next week, that we might do very little paint. And I really want this shiny surface to get through, because if you see, I'll wet my finger with some water. We actually want that, and I'm not too sure if we'll be able to achieve that if we paint over with different layers. Maybe it's too much with the stencil itself, but we'll see anyway at the end of today's video. So welcome back. Let's see what we are working with for adding our fins, because I'll do a fin stencil as well onto this bait today, and maybe we'll see if we just have added too much or if the undercoat actually comes through at the end. So let this dry up really well before adding the fin stencil, and I'll get you guys back for that process. So as you can see, I prepared the bait for the fin stencil, and now I'll hook up my old airbrush with some black, and we're just gonna try and see that we align it a little bit better than the last time, and try to get it as symmetrical as possible, but we'll see how that goes. So that's gonna be the first layer we're gonna be working with, and I'll let that dry, and then we'll do the fin itself and see what we get. So I tried to align the fins as good as possible, and now we'll go ahead and add some pearly white in, and that's what the fin will look like. So quite cool. I'm interested to see if that actually comes out of the sticker underneath all these layers. Otherwise we'll have to do some changes in the future builds. So welcome back. We're gonna be adding our eyes to a little bit of a failed bait today, because as you see, this area is where the sticker itself came off, and I made sure to really cover the complete surface on the bait for next week. So this was just to see how it actually comes out underneath the UV coat, and how much we can actually paint onto it and still get a effect. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll improve for next week. And I'll just go ahead and add our eyes, because I hope that the fish won't mind if there are a little bit of defects so I'm pretty sure that they won't mind. And we'll just add these quickly. So the eyes are on, and we'll see how it looks under the clear coat and how much actually comes through of our foil or sticker, and then we'll go ahead and hopefully try this out, or otherwise I'll send it to somebody or give it away. I am now giving quite a lot of my baits to friends and family because fishing in my region is really going badly. So if you're interested in a bait of mine, just head over to the comment section. I might also think of something in the following videos that, in case you watch my videos, I'll drop a word or something, and if you hear the word during the video, you have the chance to actually get one of my baits. So something like that. If you're interested in that, please let me know, and I'll get you guys back for the clear coat in a moment. So we are back, and we're gonna go ahead and start adding our UV resin, and I'll give you guys a look at how. So the sticker itself comes through a little bit from the bottom, so it gives it a little bit of a shimmer, but I think we'll be very light on next week's paint scheme to make sure that it comes even stronger, and I'll get you guys back for the outro once the bait is done, and we'll take a look at the finished result and make plans for next week's build. Hi guys, and welcome back to the outro. I just wanted to take you guys with. Also, if I'm not too happy with this bait, I'm going to be uploading the video just to show you guys not every bait has to be perfect. I'll show you the imperfect side first. So as you can see, there is a side where the sticker came off, as I said in the video already, and the other side is quite clean. It is still quite heavy on the scales and paint itself, so we'll be trying next week to really be very gentle with where we cover the foil or sticker itself, because we want this to come out a lot more. I'm still quite happy, and I think that we'll be able to land something with it. I'll maybe give it to one of my friends to take out and try in their region, and also to just show you guys the difference of the way we have been going on, and just the progression on the lure building itself. I am really happy. I've been doing it, I think, now for 10 months, and I've been taking you guys with on the journey, and I am looking into releasing my STLs. As I said in the last video, if you haven't seen it, I'll pop it up here or there and you guys can check it out. I also got some comments already that I would be looking into maybe the Thingiverse, or I think it's called, I'm not too sure what it's called anymore, something from Prusa, where I can upload my STLs that you guys can actually download them. So we'll look into that in the future. And thanks again for going along for this bait build again and for the whole journey. And I'll see you guys for next week's build. I hope it's going to be a lot cleaner than this one. We'll try to not ground the whole thing in white beforehand. The wiping down doesn't work that well. So we're gonna try and avoid that. And I've also got other soft bait mold that I'm printing at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. We're still trying new things with that as well. And I'll just take you guys with, and we'll see how everything goes and progresses. So I wish you guys a great one. Keep on fishing, and we'll see each other for next week's video.